Good day, everyone. Methodist Dave here, professional theologian and Bible teacher with our daily devotional for Thursday, July 2nd. We are 2 days away from our nation's 250th birthday. I remember the bicentennial and all the celebrations that we had then. Everything was bicentennial everywhere. Even our money was bicentennial. I still have kicking around a couple bicentennial coins that instead of on the eagle side, they had the guys playing the drums and carrying the flag. And it was a great achievement to make it 250 years. Not a lot of countries have lasted this long. Even countries that we know exist, they weren't the same country. Like France, it's not the same country as it was 200 years ago. So let's be glad for our accomplishments, and let's try to keep from messing things up any more than we already have. Let us look to verses 13, 14, and 15. You really need to read the whole narrative in order to get the main sense of this. But let me highlight this section right here. Who leave the upright paths and walk in dark ways, who delight in doing evil, they rejoice in perverse evil, whose paths are morally crooked, and who are devious in their ways. This is the warning to avoid associating with wicked people. They leave the upright paths, they leave the light path, and they choose to walk the dark paths of life. They delight in doing evil and are perverse in all their ways. And we have seen in our culture a growth of perversity and depravity that is unprecedented. When Elvis Presley appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show, he shook his hips back and forth, and people were shocked at that. They were scandalized. You go to a Madonna or other concert of other musicians of that venue, and they're simulating sexual acts on the stage and revealing themselves provocatively. They go to red carpet events and they wear as little as they can legally get away with. Why? Because they're doing that to shove it in your face. Look at me. On one event, Kanye West brings his wife, and she's wearing this long coat, and at his signal, she takes it off to reveal what she's wearing or not wearing. She's wearing a dress, but it is so transparent that I think saran wrap would be more opaque than what she was wearing, literally exposing herself in front of everybody. For what purpose? Because they're perverse in their delights. Whereas people who shove their violence in our face, that musicians who relish in abusing women and taking advantage of women, and songs that celebrate immorality, words I can't even say. They got all bent up about this music, the song "Baby It's Cold Outside." In that same year, the top hit on the radio was a song I can't even say. It was that perverse, and the song was perverse, shoving it in our face, their violence. The people who preach tolerance, I saw a video of a woman who's like, we got to get rid of the rich and tax the rich and get rid of capitalism and get rid of fascism and maybe a few people. These are the people you want to put in control? They're the ones decrying fascism? That is the most fascist thing that you could possibly say. That's why I always say, Antifa, it's a fascist organization. Black shirts, they do exactly what the brown shirts did. There is no difference. Do it our way or we will put violence upon you. That is fascism. They're not anti-fascist, they're pro-fascist. But all these things are normal because their hearts are evil and they delight in doing evil. So the passage, the whole chapter warns us to flee people like that. Do not follow their ways. They want to drag you down. When I had the bait and tackle shop, I would sell crabs for bait. So I would take a basket a bushel basket and I would take the lid off and it's filled with crabs. And customers would come in and say, "Aren't you afraid the crabs are going to get out?" I says, "No, just watch them." And if you would watch the crabs, these blue claw crabs, one would try to climb out of the basket, and one or more other crabs would reach out, grab them, and pull them back into the basket. They wouldn't let each other escape. And that's the way the wicked and perverse people are. They're in the trap, they're in the basket. They want to pull you down and keep you in there with them. They don't want you to exceed. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to see you soar or achieve greatness. They want you in the gutter with them. All these actors, all these musicians, they want you in the gutter with them. Don't fall for their lie. Flee from sinful foolishness, because the end is destruction. If you've got a question about this or any other topic, drop me an email, methodistdave@gmail.com. I promise you I'll try to answer your question, and I don't think that you can come up with one that I can't answer. I dare you to try to find one. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Until tomorrow, be good to each other.